Hello to everyone. Here, Tommy Walker, the Mind Engineer, again on another episode of Rapid Subconscious Reprogramming. Welcome back. Very happy to have you here and sharing all of this value to you guys to be able to help you. As I mentioned many times, I struggled for many years of my life, and I would have loved to know these things back then when I was struggling, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to. So I'm trying to share this with you people so that it can help you in any aspect of your life. Just try to overcome the different challenges we might be going through. So again, thank you very much for being here. If you're watching live on social media, #live. If you're watching replay, #replay. Follow us, whether you're watching on Facebook, follow me on YouTube, click that subscription button, sign up so you can get more of these and you can learn more about how the mind works and how to start making changes. So let's go today. We're going to talk about positive and negative emotions coexist, right? Positive, quote unquote, and negative, quote unquote, because I believe that emotions are just emotions. They're not good or bad. They're not positive or negative. They are just emotions. Sometimes I refer to them as positive and negative to make it more sense, but the truth is they are there. And what I see a lot of people is trying to cover their negative emotions with gratitude, with, feeling grateful, counting their blessings, things like that. But it's not the best option there. So today I want to talk about that. So let me change the camera here so you can see. There we go. So thank you again for being there. If you're watching people, if you can interact with this video, if you can share it, if you can comment, it's great, because more people get to see it, more people get to benefit. So just by sharing this, seriously, commenting, sharing some love there in the video, more people get to see it. The algorithm shows it to more people and more people get, this information. So I would really appreciate if you can do that. So let's get going. Positive, quote unquote, negative emotions coexist. What does that mean? Yesterday, I was having a conversation with Romana, and she was telling me that she was reading some information about, love and fear. So she was telling me that she was having some doubts around, love and fear being together. And so, coexisting. So I started thinking, why could that be that somebody finds it weird to feel love and feel also fear? And I want to address this because a lot of people out there are teaching that whenever you're feeling negative, try to count your blessing, feel gratitude, it's going to go away. And the truth is, as I teach many times in my book, in the free trainings that I do, in everything, is that we have quote unquote, many minds. There's many Tommies, right? And some people might say, Tommy, that sounds crazy, right? But let me ask you this. Whenever you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, right? A part of you says, I'm going to go do this, go to the gym, eat healthier, go run, file my taxes, go do the laundry, clean my room, whatever. You say, hey, I'm going to do this. And suddenly you don't do it. We're talking about at least two parts of you. A part of you that wants to go do some cleanup, and there's a part of you that doesn't want to. Because if there was one voice, one mind, one goal, you would go do it. But it doesn't happen to anyone. So the truth is, we're dealing with many minds, as I call it, many parts of you. Jordan Peterson says as different personalities. I call it different parts of us. So it has been talked more and more out there that there's not just one us. There's many of us going different directions. So we need to understand the different parts of us that are putting in different directions instead of trying to numb them, try to ignore them, try to repress them. It's important to start recognizing that. So if I feel negative, instead of just trying to bring positivity and to deny the negative, why not embracing that part of me that's feeling negative? If I feel overweight and I feel bad about myself, embrace that. Love and accept that you feel that. Yes? Become the observer of that part of you. Separate. There's a part of me that feels sad, but there might be another part of you that feels happy. In most And the majority of people that I work with, most of them, where we're talking about certain things like, people that are struggling with trading, or people that are struggling in the relationship, or people that are struggling growing their business. When we start talking about, okay, how do you feel around your partner? Oh, I feel happy. I love my partner. Or they say maybe, oh, I love trading. It is nice. I enjoy it. Things like that. They start saying positive things. And then I ask them, okay, the positive is there. There's a part of you that feels that. Perfect. It makes total sense. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to scan your mind, like turning the dial on a radio into different stations to see if there's another part of you that might feel something negative around this situation, around this person. So suddenly, if I'm a mom or a dad are struggling with their kids, they start scanning their mind and say, oh, I love my kids. I want the best for them, whatever. And then they find a dial that says, part of them that says, I'm really angry at my kids. I hate my kids. I'm not enjoying my kids, or I hate my business, or I hate trading, or whatever. And I start dialing into other parts. Worse, we have become professionals in denying the negatives, in repressing, in ignoring. Yes, we have become professionals in ignoring. So normally we listen to the big voice in the back of our head saying, oh, everything is fine. I don't care what people say. I don't care if I lose money. I don't care if my partner walks away. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. They say that. Well, they say positive things, as I said, like the loud voice from the head. But when we start scanning, when we start accessing the subconscious mind, suddenly the crap starts coming out. As I said, they're scared of trading. They're scared of what other people are going to say. They're scared of their kids not loving them. They're scared that their kids might be, bad people. They're scared that whatever. And they start struggling with these things. So suddenly we start listening to the little voices in the back of your head, not the big ones, not the loud ones. This is important to understand because, as I always say, the mind is trying to protect you. It's not going to just, oh, you know what? I'm not doing videos. I'm not doing lives online. I'm not growing my business, or I'm not doing trading. Okay, so Tommy, why aren't you trading? Oh, you know what? Because I'm freaking scared that I'm going to lose money. Normally, they're not going to say that. People are going to say like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it. I'm not sure if I'm good enough. They start saying subtle things, but deep down, they have like a phrase that could be, if I lose money, I'm going to feel I'm the worst person in the world. If I lose money, my husband is going to walk away. They don't want to say that because they don't want to confront that truth, partial truth that they have in their head. So again, positives and negatives can coexist in the mind. I can feel scared and I can feel happy at the same time because they be parts of me. There's a part of me that is scared of what's going to happen tomorrow, but there's a part of me that is enjoying what's happening today in my life. That it's a nice day, that it's not raining, that, I have some money in my bank account and I'll be able to buy something. So I feel happy. But then there's another part of me that feels scared. Maybe I have worked with people that a part of them felt shame, another part of them felt scared, and another part of them felt good. Yes, there are parts of us. So everything coexists inside of us at the same time. It's like imagining that a computer is not going to be able to process being on Zoom and on the internet at the same time, or being on Zoom and on a Word document at the same time. Do you really think that a computer nowadays won't be able to handle opening Zoom and having a Word document open, or also maybe some Google search? Yes or no? Type it in the chat if you think that a computer would be able to stand that work or not. Would it be capable of doing that work of Zoom, internet, and a Word document? Yes or no? Type it on the chat, please. Right? So of course, yes, a computer is going to be able to do many tasks at the same time. So it's freaking annoying when there's gurus out there that if you feel sad, feel positive, because if you feel positive, you cannot feel negative. What the heck are you talking about? Seriously. Hi, Mary. Thank you for stopping back there. Hi, Adam. And I have here on Zoom, Krishnan, Romana. Thank you, Susan, and Suzanne. Thank you, Suzanne, for stopping by. So it is important to understand that everything coexists. I can have parts of me feeling happy, feeling shame, feeling disappointment, feeling this or that. So stop this nonsense. Oh, you can only think one thing. So you're saying that the mind cannot have several things happening at the same time? They say this, that in the first place, and then they deny that by saying that, oh, if you feel sad, just feel gratitude, but if you feel gratitude, you cannot feel sad. What the heck are you talking about? Seriously, people, think about that for a second. It's so much crap what they're saying. I'm sorry, but I need to expose this crap. Why? Because people are believing these things. Oh, if I feel gratitude, I cannot feel sad. No, BS. You might not be aware of your sadness. That's a different story. So as I always say, if one of my kids comes to me and says, Dad, I'm sad, and I ignore them, I tell them to start feeling positive and ignore their sadness, they're not going to feel listened. They're not going to feel supported. They're not going to feel understood. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Type it in the chat, please, if that isn't making sense. Yes, Adam. Adam says here, sometimes I just want to feel good. I want to enjoy it, even though I don't have everything healed. Of course, Adam, I'm not saying, of course, that we got to always feel bad. Don't get me wrong. But if you're feeling triggered, what I'm saying, Adam, I just want to be clear with this. If I'm feeling triggered, instead of ignoring it, I need to embrace it. I need to understand why it's there. That's what I mean. If you're feeling joy, if you're feeling happy, we don't need to, start looking for the negative just in case. No, I don't mean that, okay? So it's important to understand that if we're feeling negative or negative, quote unquote, a negative emotion, so-called negative emotion like sadness, loneliness, or something, instead of trying to feel gratitude, try to feel grateful, to let go of that belief or that emotion, embrace it, understand it, try to see what is going on. Yes? Mary, unfortunately, it's not true that we can only feel one feeling at a time. That's not true. We might not be aware of it, but we can feel many feelings at the same time. Remember going back doing work with me where you were able to find different type of emotions inside of you. So unfortunately, no. This is a computer that can run thousands of processes at the same time. The thing is to try to be aware of what's going on. So again, as Adam was saying, when I get triggered, that's when I need to start doing the inner work to see what's going on. If I enjoy the moment, enjoy the moment. Of course, enjoy it. But if something is bothering me, I need to go deeper to see what's going on. So instead of just trying to bring positivity in to try to neutralize the negativity, and I've heard this, many people out there talking about, oh, just bring, positivity, and so it's going to neutralize the negativity. Yes and no. You got to be careful with that because it could be something that can backfire. It's not about neutralizing the negative. It's about understanding why you feel like that. Where could you have created this story of negativity? Why do you feel lonely? What is the disconnect that's happening inside of you? Seriously, people, that's what we need to start facing. We got to connect with spirit, with our true self, with our core, right? And that happens through love and acceptance of what is. So if I feel sad, practicing love and acceptance connects me with spirit, connects me with my true self. And through my true self, I don't need anything because I'm everything. If I'm spirit, if I'm my true self, I'm everything. I don't need anything. So if there's a part of me that feels negative, there's a part of me. It's a part. It doesn't mean that it's all of me. The problem is, as we don't know how to deal with that, that becomes all of me, and then I have troubles, okay? So when there is some type of loneliness, shame, sadness, whatever, anxiety, stress, any negative, quote unquote, thing that's happening, right? Face it, try to understand it. And I do this example all the time. If a light in the dashboard of your car turns on, you wouldn't start saying, oh, darn car, and just throw it away. Or think positivity. Let's put it this way, think positivity. No, you would try to say, okay, the light turned on. Why did it turn on? Maybe I need some liquids in my car. Maybe I need some, oil. Maybe I need some gas. There's a problem that needs to be dealt with. So when you feel anxiety, anxiety is the red flag that is telling you, hey, Tommy, the stoplight, right? Tommy, stop, the stop sign. Stop a second, try to see what's going on within you. Stress, anxiety, anything that I'm feeling that is, quote unquote, negative. It's not negative. The light in the dashboard is not negative. Listen to this again. The light of the dashboard is not negative. Is the light in the dashboard. So look at this. When it turns on, it's negative. When it's off, it's not negative. But the truth is, if it's on, it's just telling you that you need to check something in the car, because if you continue going, you might just tear the car apart, destroy your car. So is that light negative? Yes or no? Type it in the chat. Is the light of the car negative? Now that you understand it this way, is the light of the car negative? Or is it just a light? Yes, exactly, Krishna. And I love what you just wrote here. I feel like our mind does not bring up positive emotions and negative emotions into our conscious mind. Exactly, because there's a war. There's a war going on in our mind. There's a war going on in our mind where we were taught that dealing with negative emotions was bad. Feeling negative emotions was bad. We need to ignore them, repress them. Again, it's like when the light of the dashboard turns on, looking another way and pretending it's not there. Is that going to fix the problem, people? Yes or no? Thank you, Romana. It's a messenger. Yes, it's a messenger. Adam says, but if you put a piece of tape over the light on the dashboard, then I can't see it anymore. Exactly, Adam. That's what most gurus are teaching you out there, to put a tape on top of the light in the dashboard and pretend it's not there. But what's going to happen if I do that, Adam? If I continue with that tape on the light bulb and I don't see it, I pretend it's not on, what's going to happen? The car is going to break. Then no wonders why people have big nervous breakdowns, because they're ignoring what's going on. The nervous breakdown is like your car, I don't know, it doesn't have liquids and whatever, and it just destroys all the inner circuits inside of the car. I'm not a mechanic over here. That's why I'm just saying these words, right? Much more complex than that. And I'm sure that I'm saying something wrong there about a car, but I don't care. So it's important to understand this. If I don't take care of the car correctly, the car is going to fall apart. The same happens to us. If I have a light bulb that is turning on, I need to stop and pay attention. I need to address it. Don't cover up the negatives. Understand that the negatives are messengers. Yes, as Romana said, the negative emotions are just messengers that are bringing something that comes deeper into our belief system. The messenger, if we listen to the message, we try to understand the message, that is going to let us access our subconscious mind into our belief system. Once we're in a belief system, we can understand what's going on in there and maybe work towards reprogramming, changing the perception, changing the negative story. But a lot of people just cover up the problem and keep going till eventually people start getting sick. Why? Because what the mind doesn't speak, the body speaks. What the mind doesn't speak, the body speaks. I have an encyclopedia that is called, emotional sickness. It's in Spanish. So if somebody wants it and understands Spanish, I can share it, but I haven't found anything like this in English yet. It's mind-blowing. Whenever something is hurting, I'm working with a person that her coccyx is hurting a lot. And when I started looking into what the coccyx means, the lower bone in the, column, in the vertebrae, the lower one, means that person is struggling because they're not being able to produce money for themselves. They're not being able to support themselves economically. And for different people, it hits you in different ways. But if you read it this, I've been using this for a long time with the people that I work with, and it hits 99% of the cases accurately. It doesn't mean that everything that you read is accurate, but parts of it, people feel like, whoa, Tommy, what you just read here makes total sense to me. And in different things, it could be respiratory problems, it could be cancer in different parts of the body. It could be liver problems. It could be headaches. It could be joint problems. It could be skin problems. It's amazing because when we don't speak up here, the body starts speaking. So if we're not listening, right, and understanding what is going on in our mind, that problem is going to move to other areas of our life, including our body. So I recommend that instead of thinking that there's only, one emotion and I got to stay positive all the time. If you feel positive, as Adam was saying, yes, feel it, embrace it, it's fine. But when you get triggered, when you feel negative, when there is behaviors that are self-destructive behaviors, try to understand what's going on. Try to go deeper. Don't try to sugarcoat a problem. And I say this, and it represented really well. If my dog takes a shit in the living room, I'm not going to throw perfume on top of the shit of my dog and pretend it's not there. Would you do that? If you had a dog, or my dog goes to your house and it shits in the living room, would you just dump some perfume on the shit, on that crap? No. You're going to pick it up, you're going to clean it, and you're going to try to prevent that from happening again. This is exactly what I'm trying to share with you people. That whenever you're feeling negative, it's an opportunity. It's not about sugarcoating, covering it with a good smell, with perfume, with positivity. No, we need to deal. There's a message that we need to go deeper into the mind. It could be, Alina, I got to check, shoulder pain. What does that mean, right? Write to me in private and I'll check it out a second if you want, later, and I'll send it back to you. What just shoulder pain? Is it right or left, Alina? Right or left? Let me know, how does that mean? Shoulder pain could be, having a lot of weight in your shoulders. It could be, but I want to check it out. And whether it's right or left side is normally the feminine energy and right side is the masculine energy. Left side, feminine, right side, both. Okay, it's both. Right side is masculine. So there could be an imbalance. If it's both, again, there could be that you're putting too much weight on your shoulders, Alina, that's why it's hurting. So again, the idea is to understand how the mind works instead of trying to cover it up, pretend it's not there, ignore it, repress it, or whatever. We need to embrace it. We need to learn from it. Listen to the messenger, not try to shut it up. The messenger has a message for you. So emotions are messengers that have a lot of knowledge to bring to you. Whether they're positive or they're negative, whatever it is, they're just emotions that need to be dealt with. If I'm scared, fear is a warning. If I'm getting too close, right? I live in the mountains. If I get too close to an edge, to the, to the side of a mountain, to a cliff, and I might fall over, I'm going to get scared. Why? Because the fear is trying to keep me back so I don't fall over and I don't kill myself. Oh, fear is bad. No, fear is just trying to keep me safe. The problem, people, and this is what people don't get, I said it many times, fear is a good advisor. Fear is a good advisor, but it is a bad driver. I would never put fear to drive my car. But yes, while I'm driving, I'm going to be aware of the fear because maybe there's many cars, there's many people around, and somebody can, run into the street. I'm going through a park, and suddenly a ball comes, crawling through the street, and I get scared. Why? That is a warning that a kid might run out into the street searching for that ball. So it's a good thing. If I ignore the fear and I keep going, I might run over somebody. So everything coexists inside of us. As I normally say, we got spirit, we got our core, true self, that is, determined, love, acceptance, understanding, support, care, determination, whatever, right? Many qualities from true self. But then we have our human side with unresolved issues that could have fear, could have shame, could have regret, could have doubt, could have, questioning, could have many things. Everything coexists at the same time. Yeah, we can focus on one thing. Yeah, we can focus on one thing. But that doesn't mean that there are other things running in the background that we're not aware of. Because right now I can look out of my window and maybe I can focus on the green in the grass, the grass that is green, right? Does that mean that the sky is green? Does that mean that everything is green? No, I'm just talking about the grass. The grass is green. That's it. That's what a lot of people think, that, oh, if I think of positive, everything is positive. No, That's not true. There could still be parts of you that are struggling. And that's what a lot of people do. They deny their negatives, and it keeps them in a rut. It keeps them more disconnected from themselves. The idea is to connect with spirit, with your core, with your true self, become who you are meant to be. And as many of you know, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but I like going back to some passages like in the Bible. John 14:12, it says that we're meant to do what Jesus did and much more. We're meant to do what Jesus did and much more. So our potential is unimaginable. Like Buddha, Buddhists, right? Hindu, all of those are teaching us that we're meant for greatness. If you study religion, right? Again, I believe in spirituality, not so much religion, because it has been adapted, right? But in spirituality, we're meant for greatness. But we have parts of us that have negative self-images, unresolved issues that need to be loved and accepted and integrated so that we can become our true self. But by acknowledging and accepting the negatives, that is the path that has helped me move forward in my life to where I'm at, and I know it's going to bring more in my life. And this is the path that I'm taking people through the different things that I have, my book, my courses online, the different challenges I offer, and even working with me one-on-one with sessions. It's all about this, becoming your true self and integrating the negatives, that they're there. Even for me, after 14 years of inner work, this is a journey. I still have parts that are negative, that need to be negative, quote unquote, that have negative false beliefs or partial truths, let's put it correctly, right? That need to be addressed, need to be dealt with to become more of me, more connected, one consciousness, one goal, one voice inside of me. That's the idea. So I hope it makes sense what I covered today. Let me know what you think. Type a 10 in the chat if this is making sense, if you're enjoying this. Please hit that love button on social media, the like button, subscribe, follow, whatever it takes to get more of this that I'm offering. I'm trying to help as many people as I can around the world to help them stop struggling. And a lot of gurus out there teaching amazing things, but when it has to do with dealing with our negative stuff in our mind, it's very wrong for most people out there. They're teaching you to deny, repress, ignore your negatives, and try to just stay positive. No. Yes, it is true from spirit that we are positivity, but that doesn't mean that there are parts of us. It's like, again, if my finger is infected, right? I got a cut yesterday. I wanted to be a little bit more in contact with nature. With a friend of mine that came to visit, he said, "Hey, Tommy, I would like to do some exercise. Do you mind if I do your lawn?" I'm like, "Okay, you do it with the machine. I'll do it with another machine." So we both did it, and I got cut over here. So this part of me is cut, and it got a little bit infected. So I just ignore it. Positive. Oh, it's not infected. It's not infected. It's not infected. Should I do that? And suddenly it's going to just get well, even if it has some dirt inside. No, I got to open it up, clean it, disinfect it, and then it's going to get better. Why would you do that to a finger? But according to gurus, when your mind is feeling negative, just pretend it's positive. Everything is okay. No, we got to stop that nonsense. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Share, engage, please. I would love that. Thank you, people. Take care. Have a great week. I'll stay here on Zoom with the rest of the people from the community. Thank you. Bye.